Mic test, sound, 1, 2.
Wala all new phone.
New face. Dapat naka-mirror to turn.
Ha?
Mirror mo.
Ay, nasaan? Bibiyala nga yun ni Sir Paul.
Yan?
Nalagay ni Sir Paul. Joke lang.
Ano yung ano? Di ba naka-mirror dapat? Saan?
Hello. Kahit yung buko pa yun. Hmm. Sige. Open? Open?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So, good morning. Today, July 24, we have the procurement activities for the pre-bid opening of 10 draft project and one for the to be open the financial. So since the unlocking was approved, the members of the DPWH, the secretariat, as the IT was in charge on our live streaming, since we are on the on our YouTube channel, the DPWH Kalinga District Engineering Office. So we have our prospective bidders to attend this procurement activities. Likewise, those who are following us on our live streaming. So good morning. So since we are on our travel, so may I bid the authority to generals to Pinukay to preside this procurement activities this July 24, 2026. So you have the floor, Engineer Mukay. Proceed.
Thank you, sir.
Anyway, I'm here to on the live stream watching the ongoing activities.
Okay, thank you, sir. And thank you for having the authority to preside this procurement, scheduled procurement activity this day. So everyone, we have here again, good morning to everyone. And also those who are following us on our YouTube channel via the live streaming of this procurement activity. First, I conduct first the pre-bid conference of how many projects? 11 infra projects scheduled this day, and to be followed by the opening of the financial bid proposal of the Mighty Stellar Development Construction for contract ID 26PL00237 for the request for unlocking has been approved. So let's start with we have here the members of the BAC Secretariat, the staff from the personnel from the planning and design section who prepared all the POW plans of these projects to be pre-bid this day. And also we have here our IT operators who are in charge for the live streaming of this procurement activity. And hope so that our bidders are participating through following us on our YouTube channel. So let's start with the contract ID 26PL0047. This is the second time that this will be pre-bid for during for last time there was no bidder who intend for this contract ID who submitted their intent for this contract ID. So, organizational outcome 1, ensure safe and reliable national road system. Our BAC chairman is not present and physically not present, but he is present following us on via live streaming. And also, likewise, our vice chairman is on official business travel. So, thank you, Mr. Chairman, for giving me the floor to preside this procurement activities this day. So let's start with 26PL 0047. Again, this is the second time for the reason for the failure of bidding due to no bidders have submitted their intent to participate during the bid schedule, previous bidding schedule. So, organizational outcome 1, ensure safe and reliable national road system, bridge program. Rehabilitation, major repair of permanent bridges, Kasag Bridge along Bulanao-Paracelis Road with of course, the location is Tabuk City, Kalinga, with an ABC of 1,440,600 pesos only. The contract duration is 45 calendar days. The brief description for the work to be done on this project is the rehabilitation of 2 piers and construction of 9.5 meters length stone masonry slope protection structure at abutment. What abutment? B. So kindly include abutment B. Thank you, Sir Eugene, for the inputs. And the bid opening schedule is on August 6, 2026. So let's proceed with the BOQ. Again, for the BOQ, of the project billboard, 3 each, occupational safety and health program, with an ABC of 69,786.62 centavos. Again, Lansam 1, traffic management, 1 Lansam, mobilization, demobilization, again, 1 Lansam. Under Part C, which is the earthworks, structure excavation, common soil, 38.72 cubic meter. Embankment from Barrow, common soil, 47.56 cubic meter. And under Part F, that is the bridge construction, we have the 404, reinforcing steel bars, grade 40, bridge structures and other major and minor structures, 3,972.31 kilograms. And 405, structural concrete, 27.58 megapascal, Class A, 28 days bridge superstructure, 41.23 cubic meter. And forms and false works under item number 414, again Lamsam 1. And under Part G, drainage and slope protection, that is the stone masonry, 85.5 cubic meter for item 506. So that's for the BOQ, the bill of quantities. We move on for the equipment pledge for this particular contract. We needed there the low bed with prime mover, self-load or the self-loading truck. We needed 1 unit for the dump truck, with a capacity of 10 cubic meter, 1, and this should be owned. Water truck with 12,000 liters with the capacity of 12,000 liters to 16,000 liters. We needed 1 unit. For the backhoe at 0.8 cubic meter capacity, again 1 unit, and it should be owned. Transit mixer, 5 cubic meter, again we needed 1 unit, and again should be owned. And the cargo or delivery truck should be 9 to 10 metric tons. We needed 1 unit. And again, for the equipment, materials testing equipment, under Department Order number 11 series of 2017, should be, this equipment, materials testing equipment should be, again, please take note to all the bidders, it should be owned. For the yung key personnel pledged to this particular contract, we have a project manager, we have a relevant experience of 1 year. Project engineer, again, it should be a DPWH accredited. And materials engineer, it may not be a DPWH accredited ME, but he should be a civil, he or she should be a civil engineer. For the reason that it is allowed because the project cost is less than 5 million. And for the foreman, of course, 1 year experience. And again, for the first aider, with certificate of training issued by the Red Cross and accredited by the DOLE, again, for the construction site safety officer, they should undergone a training and have a certificate of completion on the basic OSS training course issued by DOLE. Yun ang dapat yung first aider, there should certificate of training issued by the Red Cross, and for the construction site safety officer, certificate of completion of training issued by the DOLE as requirement to the safety and health CSSP. Okay? No more? Any inputs or question from the back? There's none. We move on to the next contract ID. So we have here now the contract ID 26PL0070 under the Convergence and Special Support Program, BIP, Multipurpose Buildings Facilities Support Services, Construction, Completion of Multipurpose Building, Barangay Hall, Barangay San Francisco, Rizal, Kalinga. So, of course, the location is at the Barangay San Francisco, Rizal, Kalinga, with an ABC of 2,970,000 pesos only, with a contract duration of 90 calendar days. The brief description of the project is the construction, completion of multipurpose building, Barangay Hall includes the concreting of slab on fill, construction of second floor slab, installation of CSB walls with plastering, tile works, painting works, installation of doors and windows and electrical works. To the one who prepared this, okay ba yung ano niya? Completion ba talaga yan?
Good morning, everyone. Yung ground floor lang po ang yes, sir.
Completion, okay. So again, as informed by the one who prepared the POW, only the ground floor will be completed, and the second floor is partially. Wala. Okay. Thank you. So again, the bid opening is August 6, 2026. Move on to the bill of quantities for review. For the bill of quantities, under Part B, the other general requirements, we have here the project billboard, 2 each, the occupational safety and health program, 1 lump sum with an ABC of 161,929.11 pesos only. And of course, we have the mobilization, 1 lump sum. Under Part C, the earthworks, structure excavation, common soil, 10.72 cubic meter, embankment from barrow, granular fine materials, 109.59 cubic meter. Laki niya na. Elevated ba?
0.45 from NGL to bottom of slab on fill kasi yung...
Okay, thank you. Again, the gravel fill, 12.99 cubic meter. And under Part T, which is the reinforced concrete, structural concrete, 4,000 PSI, Class A, at 28 days curing, 29.66 cubic meter. For the reinforcing steel bars, and at grade 40, 1,052.64 kilograms. Formworks and false works, 52.79 square meter. Under Part E, which is the finishing and other civil works, cast basin, CHB, 4 each, sewer line works, 1 lump sum, septic vault, tank, concrete, CHB, 1 lump sum, plumbing fixtures, 1 lump sum, cold water lines, 1 lump sum, glazed tiles and trims, 24.04 square meter. Unglazed tiles, 86.72 square meter. Steel doors and frames, 1 lump sum. And the aluminum glass windows, sliding type, 4.68 square meter. Doors and wood panel, 0.36 square meter. Roll-up door, aluminum. 3 set. Tempered glass, 10 mm, thickness, 24.96 square meter. Cement plaster finish, 338.83 square meter. Painting works for the masonry and concrete, for 404.29 square meter. CSP load bearing, including reinforcing steel at 100 mm thick. CSB, 169.42 square meter. And under part F, which is the electrical works, conduits, boxes, fittings, which include the conduit works, conduit rough-in, 1 lump sum. Under the wires and wiring devices, 1 lump sum. Panel board and main with main and branch breakers, 1 lump sum. And the lighting fixtures, 1 lump sum. I think all the stated lump sum works there are include the detailed estimate is fine at the dupa niya, dupa.
It is being breakdown in the DUPA, sir, about
Thank
the
you.
materials.
So to those prospective bidders, all the lump sum items are breakdown at the detailed unit price analysis or the DUPA. So next was the equipment. For the equipment pledge needed minimum major equipment requirements for the project is the dump truck, 10 cubic capacity, 1 unit. We needed there 1 unit, but it should be owned. And next is the cargo truck or delivery truck with a capacity of 9 to 10 metric tons, 1. And again, as a requirement, under Department Order Number 11 Series of 2017, all the minimum materials testing equipment should be owned, as stated on the PBD. Yeah. Stated Philippine bidding documents. Yeah. Stated on the PBD. So, please take note, wag na kayong mag-bid kung hindi own yung yung materials testing equipment. So, for the key personnel, because this is a building, so the project manager should have at least a 1-year experience. The project engineer must be a DPWH accredited. And the materials engineer may not be DPWH accredited. Again, for the project cost is less than 5 million. Again, we needed there is either electrical engineer or the master electrician. For the sanitary works, again, sanitary engineer or master plumber. And of course, foreman. All of these should have a minimum of 1 year relevant experience. And again, for the first aider, a certificate of training, first aid training should be issued by the Red Cross, and for the construction site safety officer, again, a certificate of completion of training on the basic OSS course should be issued by the DOLE. And all the other requirements, you could see that on the Philippine bidding documents. It is being published. So, all the requirements should be complied. Next. So, next project is the 26PL 0071. Again, under the BIP, the Basic Infrastructure Program. Again, this is a building, multipurpose building facility support services, construction, completion, multipurpose building. Again, this is a barangay hall, Barangay San Pascual, Rizal, Kalinga. Of course, the location is Barangay San Pascual, Rizal, Kalinga. With an ABC of 2,970,000 pesos only. Again, the project duration is 90 calendar days. For the brief description of the projects, again, this is a construction. Close and open, completion of multipurpose building barangay hall includes the concreting of slab on fill, tiles at the ground floor, stair installation of CSB, walls with plastering, painting works, installation of doors and windows and electrical works. Again, the first floor again, completion lang. The ground floor again. So this project is basically the completion of the ground floor. Again, the bid opening is scheduled on August 6, 2026. For the bill of quantities, we are the under Part B. The project billboard, of course, we need in there, 2 each. The occupational safety and health program with an ABC of 161,929 pesos and 11 centavos, 1 lump sum. BF mobilization, demobilization, 1 lump sum. Under Part C, this is the earthworks, structure excavation, common soil, 10.72 cubic, embankment from barrow, granular, fine materials, 73.95 cubic meter. And the gravel fill, 12.99 cubic meter. For the RSB, under Part D, structural concrete, 15.94 cubic meter. RSB, grade 40, 517.70 kilograms. Formworks and false work, 52.82 square meter. Finishing, for the Part E, finishing and other civil works. Cuts basin, CSB, 4. Sewer line works, 1 lump sum. Down. Septic vault, tank, concrete, CSB, 1 lump sum. Plumbing fixtures, 1 lump sum. Cold water lines, 1 lump sum. Glazed tiles and trims, 20.04 square meter. Unglazed tiles, 281.49 square meter. Steel doors and frames, 1 lump sum. Aluminum frame glass doors, the swing type, 1.89 square meter. Aluminum glass windows, sliding type, 7.56 square meter. Doors, wood panel, square meter, 0.36. Roll-up door, aluminum, 3 set. Tempered glass, 24.96 square meter. Cement plaster finish, 326.35 square meter. Plumbing works, painting works, and for the masonry and concrete, 366.96 square meter. CSB load bearing, including RSB, at 0.10 meter thick, the CSB, 100 mm thick, 163.18 square meter. And for Part F, electrical, conduit boxes and fittings, conduit works, conduit rough-ins, 1 lump sum. Wires and wiring devices, 1 lump sum. Panel and main branch breakers, 1 lump sum. Lighting fixtures, 1 lump sum. Again, all the items of works which are under lump sum, it was specified on the, it was detailed on the DUPA. So under the detailed unit price, so again, so you move on for the equipment needed for that particular project. The minimum equipment. So again, for the equipment, minimum equipment requirements for the project is again the one dump truck. Again, it is owned cargo truck or delivery truck. One, and again, the minimum materials testing equipment is a requirement under our department order number 11 series of 2017. All these minimum testing materials equipment should be owned. And for the key personnel needed at the project, of course, the project manager, project engineer must be accredited. Materials engineer, again, may not be accredited. For the project cost is less than 5 million. Again, it's either, we needed there either of the two, electrical engineer and the master electrician, likewise with the sanitary engineer or the master plumber, and of course the foreman. And all those key personnel should have a minimum of 1 year relevant experience. Again, for the first aider, again, a certificate of training should be issued by the Red Cross. And for the construction site safety officer, certificate of training is issued by the DOLE, stating that he has completed the basic OSH course. So that's all for any more. It's for 426 PL 0071. Okay, we have here now the concurrent procurement head, so or assistant district engineer. Thank you for coming, sir. Oh, I am the one, our back chairman, given us the authority to preside, and he's attending this procurement via live streaming. He's on travel. So with the back vice chairman. Thank you, sir, for attending. Okay, so we just finished 3 contracts, so we move on to the number 4, which is the 26 PL 0072. Again, this is under the BIP, in the multipurpose buildings, facilities, support services, construction, completion of multipurpose building, open gym, Barangay Dagupan Weste, City of Tabuk, Kalinga. Of course, the location is at Barangay Dagupan Weste, Tabuk City, Kalinga. With an ABC of 2,475,000 pesos only. The contract duration is 90 calendar days. So the brief description of the project is the construction, which is the continuation of multipurpose building, includes structural works. That includes the footings, columns, beams, and slabs on ground floor and second floor. Of course, the roofing works, plumbing works, rough-ins, and electrical rough-ins. So the bid opening of this is on August 6, 2026. Paano yung roofing works? Buo ba yan?
Sir, correction po, wala
Oh.
pong roofing works.
Ay, walang roof. Oh, okay.
Yes po, sir.
For the correction, ma'am. Ayan, that's why we needed you when we are going up a pre-bid, because malaman natin kung baka may ano dyan sa nagtataka na yung bidder natin kung okay, thank you. So again, the brief description is the construction, continuation multipurpose building, includes structural works, footing works. That for the structural concrete works, it includes the footings, columns, beams, and slabs on ground floor and second floor. So wala na po yung roofing works, pero nandun yung plumbing, rough-ins, and electrical rough-ins. So again, the bid opening is scheduled on August 6, 2026. Ay, hello ma'am, bakit continuation? Ano bang nandun na i-continue?
Mag-start pa lang po yung project, sir.
Ay, bago.
Bago po.
Okay. So, you just comply with the title lang.
Yes, sir.
Like, yun kasi, han ba nga nagkwadya, conflict is nga to? Construction, completion, tapos continuation doon sa baba?
Construction.
Alisin mo na lang yung continuation. Yan. Okay. Okay. So let's move on to the bill of quantities. So under Part B, other general requirements, we have the project billboards. Oh, hindi ko alam saan. Can we go back? Can we go back to the have your query from Sir Roy? Ano ba yung rough-ins? Ano bang gagawin dyan? Rough-ins sa plumbing, rough-ins sa electrical?
Ano, sir, mga pipes lang po, mga abang.
Ayun, nakabang.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Pero dapat, kung abang yan, dapat naka-close lahat, no? After the construction, dapat naka-fittings, no? Close para hindi masisira. Yeah. May wire? Nakabang?
Wala pa po, sir. Puro pipes lang po,
Pipes
sir.
lang. Ay, ano? Abangan ng... Caps na cover lang to. Well, okay. Okay. Yung... Okay. You just ano baka galbaan da, gambangin da. Okay, we move on to the bill of. Thank you, Sir Roy, for the comments and suggestion. So we have here for the Part B, under Part B, other general requirements, project billboard, signboard, again 2 each, occupational safety and health program, 1 lump sum with an ABC of 166,441 pesos and 52 centavos. Mobilization, demobilization. For the earthworks, again, building excavation, common soil, 73.07 cubic meter. Embankment from barrow, structure excavation, common soil, 51.22 cubic meter. Gravel fill, 23.63 cubic meter. For the Part D, under Part D, which is the reinforced concrete, structural concrete class A, at 3,000 PSI, with a 28 days curing period, 74.33 cubic meter. For the RSB, the form at grade 40, 10,326.05 kilograms. Again, the RSB, grade 60, 5,404.68 kilograms. And for the formworks and false works, 179.32 square meter. Under Part E, finishing and other civil works, sewer line works, Lansam, 1, conduits, boxes, and fittings, single conduit works, conduit rough-ins, 1 Lansam. For the key personnel, for the equipment, minimum equipment requirements needed for this project is our again, cargo truck, 1 dump truck at least owned, should be owned with a capacity of 10 cubic. And for the water truck, 12 to 16,000 liters capacity. Again, 1 cargo truck or delivery truck, 9 to 10 metric tons capacity. And again, again, we are keep on reminding our bidders for this. that all the minimum materials testing equipment should be owned if you like to participate on our infrastructure, bidding for our infrastructure project here at the DPWH. For this is a requirement, matagal na to, under Department Order number 11 series of 2017. So for the key personnel, ay observation lang. Fred, Aldrich, observation lang, bakit dito may water, yung previous na dalawang building walang water truck? Sa site akong kailangan talaga. Ha? Kayo kung ano. Pwede naman para consistent tayo, pwede namang ano din, kasi comment. So there's drum 1,000 cubic. Para consistent lahat yung ano natin kasi I think all those sites have available water system. Okay. 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 Let's move on to the key personnel. For the key personnel, we needed the key project manager, project engineer, which is should be a DPWH accredited. Anyway, this is a requirement under what department? 190 ba yun? All contractors, all project engineers of the contractors should be accredited by the DPWH. And for the materials engineer, it may not be DPWH accredited, but he or she dapat civil engineer. Again, pag sa accredited kasi, kailangan natin pag more than 5M yung project. Pag less than, he or she should be a civil engineer. Again, for the key personnel, it's either, again, on the electrical engineer or master electrician. And again, for the plumbing works, sanitary engineer or master plumber. And again, we needed the foreman. All should have at least a minimum of 1 year relevant experience. And for the first aider, a certificate of training should be issued by the DOLE, and for the construction and site safety officer, again, a certificate of training should be issued by the DOLE. Red Cross pala yung first aider, and the safety officer should be, the certificate of training should be issued by the DOLE, stating that he had completed the training on the basic OSS course. Next project. Thank you, architect, for the correction. So, we move on to contract ID 26PL0073. Again, this is a puro building, Convergence Result Support Program under BIP. Multipurpose buildings, facilities to support services, construction, completion of multipurpose building, Barangay Hall, Barangay Limus, Pinokpok, Kalinga. Again, the location is Barangay Limus, Pinokpok, Kalinga, with an ABC of 2,970,000, with an ABC of 90 calendar days. So again, the brief description of the project is the construction. Ano yan? Continuation? May ongoing pa dyan? Pakialis na lang siguro yung andito yung ma-technical.
May phase 1 kasi, sir, continuation.
But for, so that it will not be conflict with the title, pwede sigurong alisin na yung continuation. Conflict kasi completion dun sa baba, continuation. Nakasilent na lang siguro yung continuation. Kaya na, basit lang kurang. So construction of multipurpose building includes structural works, roof deck, slab, and stair, masonry works, plastering, tile works, doors, ceiling, plumbing works, and electrical works. So again, the bid opening is scheduled on August 6, 2026. So we move forward to the BOQ. So again, under Part B, which is the other general requirements, we needed there the project billboard, signboard, 2 each, occupational safety and health program with an ABC of 161,929 pesos and 11 centavos, again, 1 lump sum. Mobilization, demobilization, 1 lump sum. Under Part C, which is the earthworks, structure excavation, common soil, 5.31 cubic meter, gravel fill, 2.16 cubic meter. Under Part D, the reinforced works, reinforced concrete works of the structural concrete class A with the 3,000 PSI at 28 days, 24.88 cubic meter, RSB, deform at grade 40, 1,697.51 kilograms, formworks and false work, 46.55 square meter. For Part E, finishing in other civil works, sewer line works, 1 lump sum, septic vault or tank, CHB, concrete, 1 lump sum, plumbing fixtures, 1 lump sum, cold water lines, 1 lump sum, ceiling, 4.5 mm metal frame, fiber core cement board, 87.22 square meter. Steel doors and frames, 1 lump sum. Aluminum glass windows, sliding type, 2.52 square meter. Aluminum glass windows, awning type, 0.72 square meter. Wooden doors and windows, 1 lump sum. Tempered glass, 10 mm thick, 25.0 square meter. Cement plaster finish, 304.22 square meter. Glazed tiles and trims, 119.86 square meter. Unglazed tiles, 29.53 square meter. Painting works for the masonry and concrete, 324.10 square meter. Painting works for the wood, 87.22 square meter. 100 mm CSB non-load bearing including reinforcing steel, 41.07 square meter. 150 mm CSB non-load bearing including reinforcing steel, 111.04 square meter. And for the Part F, under electrical, conduits, boxes, and fittings, conduit works, conduit, rough ins, 1 lump sum, and wires and wiring devices, 1 lump sum. Panel board with main and branch breakers, 1 lump sum. Baba. And lighting fixtures, 1 lump sum. Again, all the lump sum items are being detailed were detailed all at the DUPA. For the equipment, minimum equipment requirements for this contract is the dump truck owned. Wala ba yung ano? Yung kanina? Ayun, delivery. Okay. And again, I think for consistency, we remove the cargo truck. Ay, water truck. Kasi minimal lang naman yung and concrete works. So next is sa baba, yung cargo truck. So again, the equipment needed here are 2 only, yung dump truck at saka yung cargo truck. Again, for the minimum materials testing equipment under Department Order number 11 series of 2017, all the equipment should be owned. For the key personnel, and for the project manager, electrical engineer or master electrician, sanitary engineer or master plumber, and the foreman should have at least 1 year of relevant experience. And for the contractor's project engineer, he should be accredited, DPWH accredited. And for the materials engineer, he or she should be a civil engineer. Can be allowed to take charge for the project cost is less than to be a materials engineer for the project cost is less than 5 million. Again, for the first aider, a certificate of the first aid training should be issued by the Red Cross or any accredited organization as in compliance to DOLE requirements. And for the construction site safety officer, a certificate of completion of the basic OSS course should be issued by the DOLE. So all this should be submitted as a requirement to DO 241 series of 2024 on the submission of CSSB approved by the HOPE, here the district engineer. So kailangan requirement para mabilis yung pagproseso ng mga ano nyo, yung contract documents. Okay. Then the next is the 26PL 0074 conversion and special support program under the BIP program. This is the multipurpose building facilities to support services, construction, completion of multipurpose building, Barangay Hall, Rizal Monument, Barangay Layawes, City of Tabuk, Kalinga. Of course, the location is Barangay Layawes. 2,900,000 with an EBC of 2,970,000 pesos only. Construction, the brief description of the project is the construction, completion, multipurpose building, Barangay Hall, includes the construction of the Rizal Monument, covered walkshed, entrance arc, solar panel LED streetlights, outdoor benches, and tables. Okay, the bid opening is scheduled on August 6, 2026.
Sir, nalpas ngay J Kwan, J Barangay Hall. So nga request J kapitan nga ikat landscape lang. Kinja monument mismo. Site development. Sidewalk, sir.
Within the perimeter?
Within po, sir.
Oh, okay. 3
stories.
Sir, hindi tayo siguro ma-technical dyan kasi sa title mismo nakalagay yung Rizal Monument. Sa title mismo, naka-indicate yung Rizal Monument. Baka pwedeng palitan yung street light sa light post kasi baka dun tayo mate-technical sa street.
Bali yung pin-item niya is site development.
Site development.
Site development.
Detalye lang yung ano.
Light post.
Part.
Light post.
Okay. So thank you for the Sir Ade, and of course our architects here. Thank you for the inputs and suggestions. So for under Part B, for the bill of quantities, under Part B, other general requirements, project billboard, signboard, to its occupational safety and health program ABC with an ABC of 160,041 pesos and 52 centavos. One lump sum, mobilization, demobilization, one lump sum. Under Part C, earthworks, building excavation, common soil, 4.38 cubic meter, gravel fill, 0.52 cubic meter. Site development, one lump sum. Okay, thank you. Under Part D, reinforced concrete, structural concrete, Class A, at 28 days curing period with 3,000 psi strength, 7.62 cubic meter. RSB deformed bars at grade 40, 610.57 kilograms. Formworks and false works, 12.76 square meter. And for Part E, finishing in other civil works, fabricated metal roofing accessory, gauge 26.551 meter thick, flashing 104 linear meter, fabricated metal roofing accessory, gauge 24.701 meter thick, gutters 52 linear meter, pre-painted metal sheets above 0.47 mm thick, rib type long span, 135.2 square meter, glazed tiles and trims, 8.92 square meter, painting works for masonry, concrete, 38.18 square meter, painting works for the steel, 431.66 square meter. Metal structures, 1 lump sum. Sewer line works, 1 lump sum. So that's the BOQ for that particular contract. So for the equipment, again, dump truck, at least owned, 1 cargo truck and delivery truck. And again, as a requirement to Department Order number 11 series of 2017, all the minimum materials testing equipment should be owned by the prospective bidders. For the key personnel, project manager, 1 year. Experienced project engineer, PE must be DPWH accredited. Materials engineer, ME may not be DPWH accredited. Again, for the reason that the contract cost is less than 5 million. And for the foreman, at least 1 year experience. Again, for the first aider, certificate of training must be issued by the Red Cross or any organization accredited by the same in compliance to DOLE requirements as a subject to DO 241 series of 2024 on the submission of CSSP approved by the HOPE, and for the construction site safety officer with photocopy of certificate of completion on the basic OSS course issued by the DOLE. Next. I think we have 2 visitors here who are participating this activity. Can you please introduce yourself? And what company do you and have the attendance sheet to be have your attendance sheet?
Arvil De Vera from Mighty Stellar Development Construction.
Good morning, sir, ma'am. Jan Reynalog, Daigen Construction Services, sir.
Okay, thank you very much for coming. And you should be active. You should ask questions, queries, if you have queries. Well, because this is the time for you to ask your questions or queries. Because during the bidding, opening of bids, we will not be entertaining queries. So for contract ID 26PL0075, again under the BIP, Multipurpose Building Facility Support Services Construction Completion Multipurpose Building Open Gym, Barangay Lukog, City of Tabuk, Kalinga. Barangay Lukog, located at Barangay Lukog, City of Tabuk, Kalinga, with an ABC of 2,970,000 pesos only. Contract duration of 102 calendar days. Bakit biglang, 102? Who prepared this? 90 lang yung iba. Contract duration within the same amount.
Dati kami di medyo dati di na
Critical.
dati problema na basit nga ko sir. Anda kami ti ma-retrofit nga medyo major kwasan ya. So nga iso ti medyo napadakkelan na di ko.
Okay.
Dati ay basit nga additional from 90 to 1. Bali open gym sir.
Thank you. Arky? So the brief description of the project is the construction completion multipurpose building. Open gym includes concrete works at stage, columns, floor beams, slab on fill, suspended slab, roof beams, roofing and roof framing, and steel column, CSB walls, will plastering, plumbing works, and electrical works. Again, the scheduled bid opening is on August 6, 2026. BOQ. And for under Part B, other general requirements, project billboard, signboard, occupational safety and health program, with an EBC of 161,929 pesos and 11 centavos, one lump sum. For the project billboard, 2 each pala, 2 each. Mobilization, demobilization, 1 lump sum. For Part C, earthworks, clearing and grabbing, 1 lump sum. Building excavation, common soil, 8.14 cubic meter. Embankment from roadway structure excavation, common soil, 3.66 cubic meter. Embankment from barrow, common soil, 39.10 cubic meter. Gravel fill, 1.63 cubic meter. Under Part D, which is the reinforced concrete, structural concrete Class A at 28 days, 39.49 cubic meter. RSB at the form, grade 40, 4,928.65 kilograms. Formworks and false work, 176.15 square meter. Metal structures, 1 lump sum. Pre-painted metal sheets above 0.427 meter thick, corrugated long span, 120.22 square meter. Fabricated metal roofing gauge, 26.551 mm. Reeds or hip rolls, 7.32 linear meter. Fabricated metal roofing accessory gauge, 26.551 meter thick. Flashing, 34.16 linear meter. CSB non-load bearing including reinforcing steel at 100 mm thick, 137.92 square meter. CSB non-load bearing including reinforcing steel at 150 mm thick, 64.83 square meter. Cement plaster finish, 405.50 square meter. Plumbing works, 1 lump sum. Painting works, steel, 142 square meter. For the electrical works, conduit boxes fittings, conduit works, conduit rough-in, 1 lump sum. For the minimum equipment requirements, again, 1 dump truck at least owned, and cargo truck or delivery truck. And again, under Department Order number 11 series of 2017, it is a requirement to all bidders that all the materials, minimum materials testing equipment should be owned. And for the key personnel, project manager, 1 year experience. Project engineer must be DPWH accredited. Materials engineer may not be DPWH accredited, but at least he or she is a civil engineer, licensed civil engineer. And the foreman should have at least 1 year of related experience. Again, for the first aider, should have a certificate of training on first aid training. Certificate should be issued by the Red Cross or the organization accredited by the same in compliance to DOLE requirements subject to DO 241 series 2024 on the submission of CSSP approved by the HOPE. In here, it is the district engineer. And the construction site safety officer should have a certificate of completion on the training of OSSP conducted by the DOLE. Any queries from the prospective bidders present here? If you have, just stand and have the floor now. And for contract ID 25PL 0076, Convergence, and again under BIP, multipurpose building facility support service construction, multipurpose building evacuation center, Camp 1 Mduyan, Tabuk City, Kalinga. With a of course, located at Tabuk City, Kalinga, with an ABC of 9,900,000 pesos only, with a contract duration of 255 calendar days. Almost, ano na yan? Ilang, ano na yan? Ilang buwan? Ngani 360 minus ka. Construction of the brief description is construction of multi-purpose building evacuation center that includes the concrete works, footings, tie beams, columns, and roof beams, slab on fill, wall footing, and roofing and roof framing. Talaga makumpleto nito niya, Arky.
As to the open gym component,
Complete.
ready to be used.
Okay.
Ada lang ti part ng ako iji kwanti actually evacuation dito so anda lang ti basit nga ko iji kwanti part iti kusina nang ako.
Ay, CR ka na ko.
CR.
Na. Okay. Thank you, Sir Arky. So again, the bid opening is scheduled on August 6, 2026. For the bill of quantities, have here the under Part B, other general requirements, permits and clearances, 1 lump sum. Project billboard, signboard, 2 each. Occupational safety and health program, with an ABC of 345,338.34 pesos and 34 centavos, 1 lump sum. Mobilization, demobilization, 1 lump sum. Part C, earthworks, clearing and grabbing, 1,488.85 square meter. Just an observation, yung previous na buildings, bakit walang ano, to the programmers, parang hindi na-include yung ano ba, permits. Baka sitayin tayo ng ano dun, City of Tabuk permit, ano, nagadudya, puro City of Tabuk ha? Arky, mga Arky, nag-prepare yung previous?
Sir,
Hindi na-include yung permits doon. Baka sitayin tayo ng city. Yung sa ibang previous na
bali, ito kasi sir is new con. Bali, dagay imun una nga kwakit completion, continuation. So, nalpas nga na-secure na gizay ko tayo dyan. Dahil gamin new construction.
Okay, thank you for the clarification. So, di ba ba? J. So, building excavation, common soil, 130.97 cubic meter. Embankment from roadway, structure excavation, common soil, 81.40 cubic meter. Embankment from Baro, common soil, 497.66 cubic meter. Gravel fill, 93.79 cubic meter. Under Part D, which is the reinforced concrete, structural concrete class A, 176.09 cubic meter. For the RSB, the form, grade 40, 13,479.66 kilograms. Babadenberg. Formworks and false work, 504.78 square meter. Under Part E, the finishing and other civil works, we have the metal structures, 1 lump sum. Pre-painted metal sheets above 0.427 meter thick, corrugated long span, 911.34 square meter. Fabricated metal roofing accessory, gate 26. For the ridge roll or hip rolls, 46.36 linear meter. Fabricated metal roofing accessory, gauge 26 for the flashing, 195.2 linear meter. For the 150 mm CSB non-load bearing, including reinforcing steel bars, 344.10 square meter. And for the plumbing works, 1 lump sum. For the painting works, steel, 600 square meter. Under Part F, electrical works, that includes the conduit boxes and fittings, conduit works, conduit rough-in, 1 lump sum. So that's all the item of works to be done for the evacuation center at Camp 1 and Duyan. And proceed now to the equipment.
Kailangan ti water truck.
So for the minimum equipment requirements, we have here the 1 dump truck, 1 owned cargo truck or delivery truck, 1. And again, as a requirement under Department Order number 11, series of 2017, all the minimum materials testing equipment should be owned by the prospective bidders. So for the before we go to the project ID key personnel, we have here our back vice chairman, and he will continue. Okay. For the authority of the back vice chairman, I will continue presiding this procurement activity. He just arrived from important from same important matter. So for the key personnel, project manager, 1 year. For the project engineer, must be DPWH accredited, and the materials engineer, again, ME must be DPWH accredited. For the project cost is more than 5 million. And foreman, 1 year experience.
Architect, sanitary,
First, yan, include, wala bang sanitary? Doon?
Complete din, sir.
Sanitary, kasi bagong construction to eh.
Yes, sir. Architect, then
Yes.
project, professional electrical engineer.
Architect,
PE and REE.
sanitary, tapos, ano pa?
REE.
Yan.
Tapos PEE.
And kailangan request the building permit niya. Kita?
Yes, sir.
Pirma. Okay.
Nabalin. Okay lang.
Master plumber can
Electrician.
so there are additional personnel for that is construction, new construction. So the key personnel should include architects, sanitary engineer or master plumber, electrical engineer or master electrician, and professional electrical engineer, because that is needed in securing the
Building permit.
building permit. Okay. So all those key personnel should have at least 1 year of relevant experience. And again, the first aider should have a certificate of training issued by the Red Cross or any organization accredited by the same in compliance to DOLE requirements, subject to the 0241 series of 2024 on the submission of CSSP, approved by the HOPE,
Dump truck,
the district engineer,
mounted crane, water truck.
and construction site safety officer, certificate of completion on the basic OSS course issued by DOLE. I think, what?
Sir, dalang ti ikwadjikwan ti nagana rito
Additional equipment.
Additional lang ako ti truck mounted ken backhoe.
Yes, truck mounted.
Crane.
Yes, because during the installation of the roofing.
Backhoe, then Uray sa awan dito ikuan, water truck.
When?
Mabalin lat tama nga transit ko sa renda.
Bako. One each. Niya. Na yun mo dito bako ata. No, yun mo di bako taon mit di dump truck. Okay. So there are those additional key personnel and additional equipment needed for this particular project. Okay. Okay, one in. So, okay, next. So, we have here now contract ID 26PL0077. The project title is Convergence and Special Support Program under the BIP, Multipurpose Building Facilities Support Services, Construction, Completion of Multipurpose Building, Covered Court Stage, Barangay Bagumbayan, City of Tabuk, Kalinga. Of course, the location is Barangay Bagumbayan, Tabuk City, with an EBC of 7,425,000 pesos only. Brief description is construction. Continuation of multipurpose building includes earthworks, structural works, masonry works, plastering, plumbing works, and electrical works. Dito yung maning nga, Jake, Saluta. Conflict EJ title eh. Ulatan, tapno jive J title. Anyway, nung nabubungan kita. Okay, again, the bid opening is scheduled on August 6, 2026. So, move on to the bill of quantities for review. So, for the bill of quantities under Part B, that is the other general requirements, because again, we needed the permits and clearances because this is a new construction. And project billboard, signboard, 2 each, occupational safety and health program, 283,220 pesos and 50 centavos, 1 lump sum. Mobilization, demobilization, 1 lump sum. Part C, under earthworks, for the building excavation, common soil, 87.12 cubic meter. Embankment from structure excavation, common soil, 51.34 cubic meter. Embankment from barrow, common soil, 44.75 cubic meter. For the gravel fill, 34.33 cubic meter. For the under Part D, this is the reinforced concrete. We have here the structural concrete, Class A, 28.30 cubic meter. RSB, the form bar, grade 40, 17,440.47 kilograms. Formworks and false works, 643.29 square meter. Under Part E, finishing in other civil works, metal structures, 1 lump sum, pre-painted metal sheets above 0.427 mm, corrugated long span, 178.93 square meter. Fabricated metal roofing, gauge, accessory, gauge 26, ridge roll, 4.88 linear meter. Fabricated metal roofing, gauge 26, flashing, 73.2 linear meter. 100 mm thick CHB non-load bearing, including reinforcing steel bars, 301.56 square meter. 150 mm CHB non-load bearings, including RSB, 182 square meter. Cement plaster finish, 967.12 square meter. Plumbing works, 1 lump sum. Painting works is steel, 231.60 square meter. For the under Part F, that is the electrical, conduits, boxes and fittings, conduit works, conduit rough-ins, 1 lump sum. And for the wires and wiring devices, 1 lump sum. And we have the panel board with main and branch breakers, 1 lump sum. Again, for the information to the prospective bidders, all the item under lump sum are all detailed. You can see the detailed estimate on the DUPA. For the equipment, so for the equipment, low bed trailer with prime mover, self-loading, 1, backhoe, 1, owned dump truck, 1 owned, again water truck, okay, to be consistent. Basit summit, what did that? And the cargo truck or delivery truck, 1. Again, under department order numbers 11/0/2017, for the materials, minimum materials testing equipment should be owned by the prospective bidders. So for the key personnel, the project manager is 1 year experience. Project engineer must be DPWH accredited. Materials engineer, again, should be DPWH accredited. Electrical or master electrician is 1 year of relevant experience. Sanitary engineer or master plumber, 1 year experience. And foreman, 1 year experience. Ito yung arki. Dangit ti ko, detach? Ay, okay. Sige. Okay. Sige. Again, for the first aider with photocopy, should be accredited, should have a certificate of training issued by the Red Cross or any other agency, organization accredited by the same in compliance to DOLE requirements subject to DO2 410/2024 on the submission of CSSP approved by the HOPE. And the construction site safety officer should have undergone the training on the basic OSS course, and a certificate of training completion for the training is issued by the DOLE. So for contract ID 26PL0078, organizational outcome 1, ensure safe and reliable national road system, bridge program rehabilitation, major repair of permanent bridges, Kamalugan Bridge along Balbalan Pinokpok Road. So first the location is at Pinokpok, Kalinga, with an ABC of 5,762,000 pesos and 762,000 pesos, 762,400 pesos. Contract duration is 20 calendar days. Brief description, rehabilitation of 19.95 meters length bridge, construction of 40.35 meters length by 6.7 meters width by 0.28 meters thick PCCP, reinforced concrete bridge approach, asphalt overlay, 20 meters length stone masonry, and reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings. Prepare ito di ba, sa, di unreinforced niya may niya, di 40.31, i-reinforced concrete ngayon nga bridge approach, manunga ko nito. One span lang, manunga meters. Both side ba, Jay?
Both approaches, sir.
Both approaches. Bridge approaches, kung naman na, no. A can B. Okay, move now to the bill of quantities. Under Part B, other general requirements, project billboard, signboard, 3 each for the occupational safety and health program with an ABC of 178,740 pesos and 28 centavos, one lump sum. Traffic management, one lump sum. Mobilization, demobilization, one lump sum. Under Part C, earthworks, removal of actual structures obstruction, 0.28 mm thick PCCP, square meter, 484.31. Awan summit, 0.28 ED. Not PCCP ED, the removal nito 0.23 existing. Check nyo man. Talangan na $23. Ayun. The POW. Okay. So, kindly check that. Diba? 23. Okay. Then for the earthworks, removal of actual structures, obstruction as corrected, 0.23 mm thick, PCCP with an quantity of 484.31 square meter. For subgrade preparation, common materials, 350.64 square meter. Under Part D, this is the sub-base and base course. Aggregate sub-base course, 33.43 cubic meter. Under Part E, surface course, emulsified asphalt, 484.31 square meter. Bituminous concrete surface wearing course, hot laid, 50 mm, thick, 484.31 square meter. And for the PCCP and reinforced, 280 mm thick at 14 days, 270.35 square meter. Part F, the bridge construction, reinforcing steel grade 40, bridge structures and other major and minor structures, 884.04 kilograms. The reinforcing steel grade 60, bridge structures and other major and minor structures, 2,595.76 kilograms. Structural concrete at 27.58 megapascal, Class A at 28 days, bridge superstructure, 38.23 cubic meter, forms and false work, 1 lump sum. Carbon fiber sheet, 2 layers, 278.60 square meter. Under Part G, drainage and slope protection structures, stone masonry, 107.50 cubic meter. And miscellaneous, under Part H, miscellaneous structures, reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings, white, 13.43 square meter. And reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings, yellow, 6.74 square meter. For the equipment requirements, we needed there the low bed trailer with prime mover or self-loading truck, 1 dump truck, 10 cubics, 1 owned, kurang sa amin dito. Dua dapat din na. 2 owned, kung naman natin. Okay, it's corrected for the dump truck. Should be 2 owned water truck with a capacity of 12,000 liters to 16,000 liters. 1 backhoe with breaker. 1 owned transit mixer. 5 cubic capacity. 1 owned motorized road grader. 1 road roller. 10 metric tons. 1 owned cargo or delivery truck, 1 asphalt paver, 1 owned tandem steel roller, 1 owned pneumatic tire roller, 1 owned asphalt distributor, 1 owned power broom, 2 meter squad, 2 kneading machine, 1 applicator machine, 1, and again, as requirement to Department Order number 11 series of 2017, the minimum materials testing equipment should be owned by the prospective bidders. And for the key personnel, we have a project manager, 1 year of relevant experience. Project engineer must be DPWH accredited. So with the materials engineer should be DPWH accredited. Foreman, 1 year. And again, for the first aider, have a certificate of training issued by the Red Cross or by any organization accredited by the same in compliance to DOLE requirements, subject to DO 241 series 2024 on the submission of CSSP approved by the HOPE. And the construction and safety officer, again, a certificate of completion on the basic OSS course issued by the DOLE. Okay. For contract ID 26PL 0079, Convergence and Special Support Program, Sustainable Infrastructure Projects, Alleviating Gaps under the CPAG program, access roads and or bridges from the national roads leading to major strategic public buildings, facilities, construction of Oben Sabban Road, Phase 2, Station 3 plus 300 to Station 5 plus 600, Tabuk City, Kalinga, was located at Tabuk City, Kalinga, with an ABC of 24,010,000 pesos only. Truck duration is 201 calendar days. The brief description is the opening of road, construction of 684 meters length by 3 meters width by 0.23 meters thick, PCCP, 200 meters lead, stone masonry, spillway, and reinforced concrete pipe culverts. Again, the bid opening is August 6, 2026. Any queries? Can we...
Sir, please include also the length of graveling. sa description. Kasi mga lahat ng kwan hindi nila alam ang target nila. Pwede ba ilagay natin yung nasa plot?
Yes, should be included so that the bidders, prospective bidders should know their target length for the graveling. So, who include? One lane?
Hindi sir, bali di pre-proc kat ko 2 lanes data nga 6 meters. 1 lane din ay kabila sir. 342 meters nga 2 lanes.
Ay, when?
6 meters.
6, yan, okay.
Tapos plus additional 2 box culverts, 3 by 3 by 10. One sir. Yes sir. With apron and wing wall. Yes sir. Standard sir, yung na-program. And then yung spillway, bali the pre-proc, na ibaga nga awan, kasali GMT computation si spillway plus apron na. Kanayon di spillway. The length of graveling na cover up naman the full station from 3,300 to 5,600. Hindi mo nung diayon. .2 sir. And 7 meters ato yung width. Mulag na tayo. 3,700. 1,2 niya. Ano? 478.8. 342 times 6 times 7 times 20. Na-compute sa jelas ito yun. Point. Awan, kilang revision dito ko, di ba? Antiplano. Awan. Ta JT may fa-finalize. Ah, 3 by 3. 3 by 3 by 10.
Ginata with wing wall.
Unsa?
Sabi mo with wing wall.
And the apron.
Ito box culvert. 3 by 3
2 units.
with wing wall. Wing wall.
And the apron.
And apron.
Pati di spillway with apron din. Spillway. Seven meters, sir.
Yung width yan lang graveling.
Wait lang, sir. 2.3. So, okay. Gusto, sir. 7 meters. Ma-cover up amin the full station.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Sir Rolf, for the observation. So again, as corrected, the brief description of the project is opening of roads, construction of 342 meters length by 6 meters width by 0.23 meters thick PCCP, 200 meters length stone masonry, spillway, and reinforced concrete pipe culverts. So again, for the graveling, 7 meters width at 2.3 kilometers, and construction of 2 units, 3 by 3 by 10 meters length box culverts with wing wall and apron. So the bid opening is scheduled on August 6, 2026. So for the bill of quantities under the B, other general requirements, miscellaneous survey and staking, 1 lump sum, project billboard signboard, 3 each, occupational safety and health program with an ABC of 207,612 pesos and 0.01 centavos, 1 lump sum, traffic management, 1 lump sum, mobilization, demobilization, 1 lump sum, clearing and grabbing, 2.3 hectares, surplus common excavation, 30,887.42 cubic meter, structure excavation, common soil, 90.45 cubic meter, embankment from roadway, structure excavation, common soil, 1,437.40 cubic meter, subgrade preparation, common materials, 16,100 square meter. Under Part D, subbase and base course, aggregate subbase course, 3,220 cubic meter. Surface course, PCCP, and reinforced 0.30 meters thick. At 14 days, 2,052 square meter. Under Part G, drainage and slope protection structures, and for the reinforcing steel bars at grade 40, 23,960.24 kilograms. Structural concrete class A, 194.81 cubic meter. Pipe culverts at 910 mm diameter, class 30 linear meter. Stone masonry, 371.4 cubic meter. For the equipment, minimum equipment requirements, okay, let's proceed for the equipment, minimum equipment requirements.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes,
kung
sir.
I see Chairman ngayon. Yung ano sa clearing and grabbing, sa last na pre-bid natin, 2.3 hectares. Pero yung length niya, 2 kilometers. Paano kwan? Kasi yung 1 hectare is 10 square meter eh. 10,000 square meter. Paki-check na lang. Kasi 406,000 Agasang mo na ito eh. Ay, ano rin? 406,000. Paki-check lang ko
To the one who prepared this, kindly check. How is your computation?
Okay sir, bali i-check ko to dito eh. Tay ipasak. Sige sir, tay ipasak to di nag-prepare ti plan. Tapno for revision latan nila. Ano? Sige sir. Sige sir. Tay isukat kumot lang latan di ko. Taon pa na ikabil di ay dagay structure excavation na. Dagay. Anong back ng J sir. G the clearing and grabbing sir. So 406. Total unit cost 237. Uwan sir. Uwan sir. Diyan bumaba di nagpatinggaan. Yes sir. Okay sir. Okay sir. Okay sir, noted.
Please correct that so that you can submit it to the procurement for the correction to
Yes,
the
sir.
bid bulletin.
Okay sir.
Okay. Thank you, Sir Roy, again, for that observation. So let's proceed for the equipment requirements needed for this contract. The low bed trailer with prime mover or self-loading truck, 1. Dump trucks, 4. At least 2 owned. Payloader, 1. Water truck, 1. Backhoe, 2. At least 1 owned. Motorized road grader, road roller, 1. Transit mixer, 2. At least 1 owned. Cargo or delivery truck, 1. And again, to the prospective bidders, as a requirement to the Department Order Number 11, Series of 2017, all the minimum materials testing equipment should be owned. So for the key personnel, project manager, 1 year experience, project engineer must be DPWH accredited, materials engineer must be a DPWH accredited, and the foreman 1 year of relevant experience, and the first aider have the certificate of training issued by the Red Cross or any organization accredited by the same in compliance to DOLE requirements subject to the 0241 series of 2024 on the submission of CSSP approved by the HOPE. And for the safety and health officer, again, should have undertaken a training on the OSSP, and a certificate of completion is issued by the DOLE. So, any queries from the prospective bidders? If you have the floor now. And 12:21. Our time now is 12:21. So for the planning, please check all the revisions that I've done and submit it immediately to the procurement unit office for collection on the bid bulletin. So that ends our pre-bid conference scheduled this day. So I think Sir Ade, you have the floor now.
Sir Chairman and the members of the panel, good morning. I just want to remind the viewers and the prospective bidders to review the things that were discussed, especially kindly flash the equipments. On the minimum equipment requirements, it was mentioned there that you have there the minimum equipments requirements for each project. Ibig sabihin, mayroon tayong mga equipment na pledged doon sa project natin. Hindi lang sa papel. Kasi we will be conducting through the TWG a post-qualification of those pledged equipment, kung saan sila, saan yung mga equipment nyo. And we will not end on that. And on the implementation of the project, we are also monitoring those equipments as it was stated in the contract that without this minimum equipment to be present during the execution of the project will cause the agreement to be terminated. So, kailangan po na yung ilagay natin, yung totoong mga mai-deliver natin na equipment sa project site. Because we will be monitoring that, as that is one observation of the delay of projects. Na pag naka-pledge ang isang equipment, halimbawa, isang tatlong loader or tatlong backhoe who is in charge of the excavation, and during the implementation, isa lang ang na-deliver, di mag-times 3 ang time ng project natin. So that will be the cause of delay. And also with the pledged personnel of the contractor, we need on actual implementation, we will be monitoring the project engineer to be present on the project site, the materials engineer, and the other personnels, including the first aider. Doon po, imumonitor din ng DOLE the presence of those personnel that were stated on the CHSP. So, we should have to abide with the agreement na pinirman natin sa contract agreement so that our project will be completed on time with quality. This is to avoid the prolonged execution of the project na ma-overdue ang project natin. Yun lang sir ang reminder ko. Thank you very much sir.
Thank you to our Assistant District Engineer. At the same time, the concurrent procurement head for that reminders. Again, to our prospect bidders following us on our via the live streaming of this, and those who are present here today, hope you have taken note on those reminders from our Assistant District Engineer. Okay. So, there are no other queries? So, thank you very much to each and everyone present here today, and of course to those who are following us on our YouTube channel. Tuloy, tuloy, Mabalin? Bando? That ends our pre-bid conference for the 11 projects. So we now proceed for the opening of one infra projects. Again, I have the authority as given to me by the bank vice chair, who just arrived. We have received the approved. Subject is we have just received the informing at our office for the unlocking of the request. Our request for unlocking for contract ID 26PL0027 has been approved by the central office. So we have now we can now open the financial bid proposal of the loan bidder, Mighty Stellar Development Construction, for the organizational outcome 1, ensure safe, and for 26PL0027, organizational outcome 1, ensure safe and reliable national road system asset preservation program, construction, upgrading, rehabilitation of drainage along national roads, primary roads, Manuel S. Aguiao Boulevard, station at K0498 plus 3242, K0498 plus 590. So with this approval coming from the central office, so we can now open the financial bid proposal of Mighty Stellar Development Construction for this particular contract 26PL0027. Punta na. When you come. So we have now the duly signed bid form, duly signed bid prices in the bill of quantities, duly signed detailed estimates, duly initial cash flows by quarter, and summary of bid prices. Ano yung nagsurat? Pass? Okay. So the bid amount offered by Mighty Stellar Development Construction for 26PL0027 is amounting to, in words, 3,077,999 pesos and 17 centavos. In figure, 3,077,999.17. Discount offered, none.
Okay. All the documents that were submitted during this during the bid opening and the financial component, when we received the approved or verified verification at the central office through their motion for reconsideration, will be submitted to the technical working group for them to further examine the authenticity and completeness, veracity of all the documents submitted during the bid opening, and we hope that they will be coming out immediately, the resolution recommending award to be approved by the head of the procuring entity. So with this, thank you very much for attending, and sorry for I have not been here in the opening because I have attended the orientation of the job orders nga scheduled 4 days ago. Kaya I have to attend it. And thank you for the head of the procurement, the assistant district engineer, and the technical working group, secretariat, and the bids and awards committee for the successful conduct of this pre-bid conference and the opening of 26 PL 0027, the opening of the financial document. Thank you, and see you again in the next procurement activity. That ends our procurement activity for today, scheduled today.